Alrighty, well, we are back up at the house. It is Saturday, January 18th. Got a crow talking to us. Looks like we got a blue room. And heavy equipment still here. And the water tank's moved a little bit. And it looks like we got a little bit more defined house pad. Driveway's a little bit steeper. I originally thought that we might put the workshop in this corner, but we would have to move a lot of dirt to put the workshop there. So, I don't know what the answer to that is. But as we come down, this is looking pretty house paddy. So this is looking pretty nice. Fairly flat. I think we got a temporary power pole or something over here in the corner. We've managed to keep our oak tree still, which is good. And this will kind of be the back. This will be the backyard. And then it still kind of just drops off here. I can't really tell if they've dug the septic system yet, or I don't think they have. I think the actual tank is going to be somewhere along here in the edge of the flat spot, because they're never going to be able to get a truck down the hill to pump it if it needs to be. But I don't know. This is I like it. Done quite a bit of work in this direction. Kind of just, that's interesting. Kind of drops off down into this little thing. We might walk down in there. So here's kind of the bottom of the driveway. The driveway will come around this big rock. And then kind of between the rock and where these tractors are sitting, the driveway will come around and then kind of dump you off right in front of the garages. But there's the house pad. It looks pretty house paddy. So I think I might follow this little trail down into the valley here. When I was looking the other day, I think the last week that I was up here, I assumed that the property lines were more parallel. And the more that I looked, and the more that I looked at the points where the property line goes, I think, if I can zoom in, I think that tree, that big tree over by the neighbor, is roughly where the other end of our property goes. It goes pretty close to their house. So as it comes away from that pole right here, it kind of drifts further to the east. So I'm going to try to walk down by this little creek, or I don't know, it's not a creek, spillway or whatever, and try to take a look. Well, where that power pole is where we saw the kitty last week. I'm almost directly below, down in this canyon. And I don't know if it comes out very well on the video. There's a huge trail coming down through here. There's a couple more that branch out down that way. And there's another one that kind of cuts right about where this flat rock is, and it cuts up over here on the other side of a couple of other rocks. And then I'm standing on a pretty interesting trail as it goes this way. It kind of cuts around and even goes down here and then up and around that way. So that's pretty interesting. I'm probably gonna scoot around a little bit more while I'm down here, kind of look back up at the house pad. Amy's walking around up there. And we'll see what else we find. So, walking along this trail that kind of comes through here and then drops down where I'm standing, who do you think lives in that? I don't know. Somebody lives there. Well, we ain't gonna bother them today. So I talked to Dad this week. He had some questions about the neighbor's house, and I guess here's some video of the neighbor's house. He was talking about how they, in his opinion, had kind of cleared some space around the property. And I really think that they've got some construction going on, is why they've cleared a lot of the space. I still think they're too close to a lot of brush for comfort, especially on this end. There's a pretty large tree here that I don't know if it's the winter or if it's dead, but it looks like it could very easily come down on top of their house, or at least if it started on fire. So I don't know that they're following the best practices, but I don't know. We'll see what we wind up with. Well, Amy wanted to come to the little lake to walk before we went home, and here's the little dog park. It's kind of interesting. They've got two big areas, like a agility area, and then like a normal, I don't know, old dog area. There's the lake way over there. There's a bunch of ducks in it right now. Amy and I talked about trying to find some elk on our way home, and I don't know, we'll see what we find. Anyways, gotta finish our walk first. Well, we didn't find no elk, but look at what we found. Look at this guy. Look at those horns. He's got a couple of friends way over there. That's crazy.